Hey everyone, and welcome to SkillCapped's guide on how to bunny hop in Valorant. Bunny hopping actually functions differently in Valorant than in other games and is an extremely useful skill to have. It can make you harder to hit when trying to reposition, you can do it over certain abilities to reduce the amount of damage you take, and it's an effective way to mask your footsteps and make it harder for the enemy to know where you're going. In this guide, we'll be breaking down clearly and simply step by step how you can bunny hop just like the pros. You'll also find out some unique features of bunny hopping in Valorant that will dissolve some of the misinformation circulating in the community. In addition to this, we'll teach you when you should actually be using the bunny hop technique in real games. And don't worry if you're already an expert, as at the end of the video, we'll be revealing a secret technique most players don't know about called stealth bunny hopping. This will actually let you bunny hop without making any sound at all, so make sure to watch until the end. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell icon, and like the video. We here at SkillCapped work with the best players in Valorant with one goal in mind, helping you become a better player. So if you want to improve and stay ahead of the competition, make sure to hit that subscribe button, as there are a ton of premium guides on the way. Okay, to start, let's quickly go over what exactly is bunny hopping. Bunny hopping is a technique that can be broken down into two different steps. The first one involves constantly jumping. As soon as you hit the ground, you instantly jump again, minimizing the amount of time your feet are on the ground and maximizing the amount of time you're in the air. You continue to repeat this process. As you can imagine, this is where its name comes from, as it looks strikingly similar to an actual bunny hopping. The second step involves a technique known as air strafing. Air strafing involves you swaying to the left in the air and then swaying right in the air, again repeating the process. The point of this air strafing is to gain speed, something we'll be breaking down into further detail shortly. When you combine these two steps together, you have the mechanic known as bunny hopping. Now, to truly understand bunny hopping, you first need to understand the concept of air acceleration, as this is basically what allows bunny hopping to exist. Here's the thing, let's say you're running straight forward, going at maximum speed. When you jump, you keep this momentum in the air, maintaining the same speed as if you were running. However, when you then land on the ground, the impact will cause you to lose some of your speed. Remember, that technique of air strafing we just mentioned, swaying left to right, well, the reason why people use air strafing is that it actually accelerates your speed in the air. This air acceleration you gain from air strafing helps compensate for the speed that you lose when landing on the ground. In fact, in other games like Counter-Strike, air strafing gives you so much air acceleration that you can actually reach speeds faster than simply running. This is not the case in Valorant though, which has a hard cap on how fast you can go when you're air strafing. We actually put this through multiple different tests in order to confirm this. In fact, in every single situation, whether it's going up a ramp, heading in a straight line, or going long distances with turns, simply running on the ground will always be faster than bunny hopping. And this actually makes sense when you think about it. When you air strafe as you bunny hop, you're turning yourself to the left and to the right. These left and right turns make you slower than simply taking the straightest line possible when running. In other games like Counter-Strike, this loss of time from turning left and right is made up for by there being so much air acceleration. But with Valorant limiting your max speed, you can never gain the speed increase needed from air strafing to compensate for the loss of moving left to right. So this leaves us with a pretty important question. If bunny hopping in Valorant doesn't make you faster than running, well, what exactly is the point of even doing it? Well, there are actually a ton of benefits. For example, let's say you're pinned down and the only way to escape the position is to go through the enemy's line of fire. If you simply ran straight through, you would be a very easy target to hit. However, if you bunny hop, you become a smaller, more erratic target that is far more difficult for the enemy to hit. So when you have to reposition through an enemy's line of sight, bunny hopping is always better than running. Bunny hopping is also amazing at masking your footsteps. Check this out. Here we're listening to an enemy that's running. It's very easy for us to predict when he will turn the corner and prepare our crosshair at head level for a quick and easy headshot. However, when someone is bunny hopping, we only hear their footsteps briefly each time they land on the ground. This makes it more difficult to estimate how fast they're moving and when they will turn the corner. In addition to this, when they finally do turn the corner, their position is completely unpredictable, making it very difficult to get a quick kill on them. If all of these benefits weren't enough, you can also bunny hop over a lot of different abilities. I'm sure many of you know by now how you used to be able to bunny hop over Sage's slow to maintain full speed, however, this has since been patched out. What hasn't been patched out though is bunny hopping over other abilities such as Brimstone's Molly, allowing you to take far less damage since it only damages you when your feet touch the ground. This also applies to other abilities like Phoenix's Hot Hands. In short, bunny hopping can still help you avoid a variety of different ground effects from agents. Great, now you understand the fundamentals of bunny hopping and its role in Valorant. Let's take you through step by step how you can start to use it in your own games. We've broken it down into levels. Simply follow the techniques taught in each level and by the end, you'll be bunny hopping like a pro. Starting with level 1. So jump into the practice mode and head to this flat piece of ground. Make sure you have your knife out as this gives you the highest movement speed and will make bunny hopping much easier. The first thing you'll be doing is running in a straight line while jumping. Simply hold W, jump, and try to time it so you jump again the second your feet hit the ground. Here's the thing, if you try to just use your spacebar to do this, you'll find you mistime your jump and end up running too much. This is why it's mandatory for you to rebind your jump key. Don't worry, you can still keep spacebar as your primary bind for jumping. Instead, you want to add in an alternate keybind, which is either mouse wheel up or mouse wheel down, depending on which one you find more comfortable. Again, now run in a straight line holding W and jump. Every time you're about to land on the ground, flick your mouse wheel in the direction you've bound it to. In my case, I prefer mouse wheel up, so I run, jump, and right as I hit the ground, I flick mouse wheel up, which causes me to jump as soon as I touch the ground. Then as I'm about to land again, I flick mouse wheel up, repeating this process. The reason why rebinding jump to your mouse wheel is so important is that what's actually happening when you flick your mouse wheel is that it's sending multiple jump commands to the server very quickly in a row. This prevents you from mistiming your jump as you're essentially spamming the jump key, guaranteeing that you jump the second your feet touch the ground. Great, you've now completed level 1. In level 2, we will teach you the basics of air strafing. This is the mechanic a ton of players struggle with the most, so pay close attention. Air strafing can be broken down into a few simple steps. First is holding W to run forward, jumping, and releasing the W key. You should practice this a few times. Simply run forward, jump, and instantly release the W key. The next step happens after you've jumped and released the W key. You want to hold down the A key and move your mouse to the left. You don't want to move your mouse too fast, make sure it's one smooth motion. Try doing this a few times. Hold the W key to run forward, jump, release the W key, and then hold down A and turn your mouse to the left at the same time. You should be moving in a smooth curve to the left. Great, now try doing it in the other direction. Run forward holding W, jump, release W, and hold down the D key and move your mouse to the right at the same time. Again, make sure this is one smooth motion. Practice this a few times and then look to combine them together. Hold W to run, jump, release W, then hold A as you turn your mouse to the left. Hold W to run, jump, release W, then hold D as you turn your mouse to the right. Practice doing this one after another until you can consistently do it without any issues. Great, guess what? You've pretty much just mastered bunny hopping, there is only one step left. In level 3, you'll now incorporate a jump in between our air strafing movements. So we hold W to run forward, jump, and release W, then hold A as you turn your mouse to the left. Then, right as you're about to land on the ground, let go of the A key. Flick your mouse wheel to jump again, now hold D as you turn your mouse to the right. Try practicing this until you can do this consistently. W to run forward, jump, release W, hold A as you turn your mouse to the left. Release A, flick your mouse wheel as you're about to land, hold D as you turn your mouse to the right. Fantastic! Once you've mastered this, you can now bunny hop as all you have to do is repeat this process for however long you want. W to run forward, jump, release W, hold A as you turn your mouse to the left. Release A, flick your mouse wheel as you're about to land, hold D as you turn your mouse to the right. Flick your mouse wheel, hold A as you turn left. Release A, flick your mouse wheel, hold D as you turn right. Flick your mouse wheel, hold A as you turn left. Release A, flick your mouse wheel, hold D as you turn right. What you've just learned is the most traditional way to bunny hop. In fact, you could head into a game like Counter-Strike and use this exact same technique to bunny hop there. However, Valorant is a bit unique in its bunny hopping. You see, in other games, it's mandatory to release the W key after you jump, which is the technique that you just learned. In Valorant though, you can actually hold down W while airstrafing. Some of you may find this easier, and some of you may find this harder, so it's player preference. Let me show you what I mean. Again, I'll be using the exact same technique I just taught you. I hold W to run forward, jump, but instead of releasing W, I will continue holding it for the entire rest of the bunny hop. Hold A as you turn, release A, flick your mouse wheel, hold D as you turn right, flick your mouse wheel, and repeat. There are some minor pros and cons to holding W or releasing W when you bunny hop, but for the most part, the differences are very minor in Valorant, and you should do what comes naturally to you. The main benefit of releasing W is that the bunny hop technique you'll be practicing can translate over to other games like Counter-Strike. The main benefit of holding W is that there is a very minor speed increase in Valorant. For example, let's say we wanted to go from one point to another while bunny hopping. If we release W, we will actually get there around 3% slower on average, and if we hold W, we will get there 3% faster. This is completely unique to Valorant, and no other game is holding W faster than releasing it when bunny hopping. But the difference is so small that it really shouldn't make a difference, and instead, you should use whichever technique comes easier to you. Alright, so you're now a complete master at bunny hopping. Well, there are still a few more advanced techniques for you to learn. So far, we've taught you to jump, turn left, jump, turn right. Well, you can actually take this a step further and jump, turn left, turn right, jump, turn left, turn right. The benefit of this is that you can gather air acceleration in fewer jumps while also moving back and forth faster, making yourself harder to hit. To do this, hold W to run, jump, then hold A while moving your mouse to the left, release A, hold D while moving your mouse to the right, then jump, and repeat the process. The better you get at bunny hopping and air strafing, the more back and forth turns you can do between each jump. An even more difficult technique to learn is bunny hopping backwards. Now, there's nothing special to doing this, you're using the exact same technique, but everything is in reverse. We hold S to run backwards, jump, hold D while moving your mouse left, flick your mouse wheel, hold A while moving your mouse right, continuing to repeat this pattern. There's nothing more stylish than killing an opponent to win the round and start bunny hopping backwards to show off to everyone watching. Finally, we have the secret technique completely exclusive to Valorant, stealth bunny hopping or ninja hopping. Check this out. Normally when you bunny hop up a ramp, you make a noise every single time you land. But instead, with this secret technique, you make no sound at all while still maintaining the same speed. So how exactly does this work? There are two tricks to this technique. First is to hold shift while you're bunny hopping. For example, I start running at full speed so I have the maximum amount of speed possible as I jump. Then, once I jump, I will hold shift for the rest of the bunny hop. The second trick to understanding how this works is that you have to make sure you're landing at a height higher than your previous jump. This means it can only be used on slopes, ramps, and boxes. To understand just how insane stealth bunny hopping is, let's say I'm pushing A ramps on split. A player can stealth bunny hop with max speed from the bottom of ramps all the way into heaven without making a single sound. The cases where you can use this are nearly endless, as it can allow you to rotate at maximum speed without making any sound and revealing to the enemy that you're rotating away from a site or looking to attack a certain position. Alright, what do you think of stealth bunny hopping? Do you think it should be kept in the game, or is it too overpowered and should be removed? Let us know in the comment section below, as we'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon, and like the video, as we'll be releasing premium Valorant guides just like this one, designed with one goal in mind, helping you become a better player. We here at SkillCapped want to thank you for watching, and good luck, good half, and good game.